So, hey, everybody, my name's Dan Rockwell, and I'm here with Alden Mills. He's the author of the book, Unstoppable Teams, The Four Essential Actions of High Performance Leadership. Did I say the name right, Alden?
Yes, you did, Dan. It's great to be.
Thank you. I noticed in the book, right in the back, it says Alden Mills is a three-time Navy SEAL platoon commander and was the CEO of Perfect Fitness, one of the fastest growing companies in America. A longtime entrepreneur with more than 40 patents and more than 25 years of experience working with high performance teams. And you live in San Francisco. It was 27 degrees here this morning, just so you know, in central Pennsylvania. And that's why I put this shirt on. I'm just hopeful for spring's going to be here.
I love it. Bring some aloha to this podcast.
Yeah. So thank you very much for the book. Really appreciate it. Love the stories. Love there's so many things I want to talk to you about. I want to ask you, what's important to you about teams?
To me, the whole thing about a team is you can do so much more together than you can apart. And everything that I've ever accomplished in my life has been with a committed group of teams that to go out and do something. I was never that MVP high scorer kid on a sports team. I wasn't the miraculous student that had all A pluses, and I certainly wasn't the entrepreneur that just like, I can do it all by myself. From a very early age, I discovered, I got a couple of superpowers that I can work on here, but a large majority of the other things I'm really bad at. And if I can get pretty good at building relationships with people and maybe finding out some common ground, we can go do some pretty special things together.
When did the idea of teams really start emerging in your own thinking, in the value and power of them?
It probably started after I had scored on myself for the third time in a third sport. I was the one that kicked the ball accidentally in my own soccer goal, scored my own hockey goal, scored my own lacrosse goal. And I found this sport called rowing and realized that there is no high point scorer there. It's about 8 oars getting in the water at exactly the same time. It's the perfect unison of a team. And it was rowing that really started the whole transition and transformation for me, starting in high school, taking me to the Naval Academy, and then eventually taking me to SEAL team. Teams became so ingrained for what I feel is the most essential element of creating anything.
I love that you scored on yourself in soccer. I remember I played basketball, right? And I can remember one time jumping up for a shot and all of a sudden realizing it was the wrong basket. And that's a really humiliating. Here I am, I'm like 62 years old. And I still remember in high school shooting at the wrong basket almost.
I have literally that story in playing in the YBA league when the YMCA, which is where I went to the YMCA as a kid in Central Mass. And that was my first ever and only basket was scoring on my own team. And I ran off the court and ran home. I remember it. It was humiliating. Awful.
Well, good. Thank you for saying that. I feel so much better about myself.
You are not alone, Dan. I can tell you that.
That's great.